are you doing?
I'm waiting.
You waiting what for, Christmas?
I am waiting for you, my husband, to put down that box and pick up me, your wife, and carry her over the threshold.
You're joking. You are, aren't you?
I am not, you know. We didn't have a proper house when we were first married. Now we have, and I want carrying over the threshold.
Oh, blimey, Deirdre. Come on. Oh.
Oh. Well, I'll stare this for you, Langton. You may not be romantic, but at least you're sound in wind and limb.
Hey, Tarzan! Couple the ball and chain Mark II here. Let's get the rest of the stuff in, eh?
Come on, lovey. Come and have a look at your new house.
Hello, Ken. You back then?
Yeah, I just got off the London train. Oh, what's going on here?
Oh, we're just moving in here, me and Deirdre. And not to forget Tracy. Give the street a bit of class.
Well, we can always do with that. What's happened to Bet and Mike Baldwin?
Oh, it's a long story, but I gather they've broken up.
Oh, no doubt get a blow-by-blow account from Uncle Albert. Anyway, best wishes. Hope it'll be a happy house for you.
OK, Ken, thanks very much.
Ken, about Janet. Your Uncle Albert knows. Ina Sharple's told him.
How'd he take it?
Very badly. But I think he's getting over it now.
Good. I wish I could say the same.
Aye, right.
OK. Hey, where do you want this, love?
Oh, over by the window. No. This side of the fireplace. No.
Oh, make your flipping mind up.
Hey, that's my missus you're telling off. It's my prerogative, is that? Make your mind up, stop messing about.
Oh, just plonk it down there. I'll sort it out later.
Right, well, that's about the lot.
It's a damn shame that Blanche is your landlord, you know. I mean, it's a pity you didn't owe her a lot of money. With these few bits and pieces that you've got for furniture, you could have easily done a moonlight.
And now we've got an house already furnished. I don't know.
What's bothering you?
I was just thinking. I mean, really, I'd like to have bought the stuff for myself, you know. Gone round the shops, had a good way up. I wouldn't have minded camping out for a bit and buying the stuff as we could afford it.
Ah, you'd have had to and all. Listen, don't forget we're paying for this furniture in with the price of the house.
Yeah, I know, and I know we got it cheap considering. Not grumbling.
Oh, keep your face straight then.
It is straight, honest. I'm very pleased with it. Some of the stuff's not what I'd have chosen myself, but I reckon I can live with it.
Good, because you'll have to.
Baldwin threw this furniture in with the price of the house, did he?
Yeah, well, it's better for us. The mortgage should cover the cost of the whole thing, I'm hoping. When we get it, fingers crossed and all that.
Do you know, I'm surprised at Mike Baldwin letting us move in. I mean, we don't know for sure we can buy the house till we get that mortgage.
I will get it.
Yeah, but we're in now. For all he knows, we could tell him to whistle for the money.
He's not daft. He's got hostages, me and Ray. He knows damn well that we need all the work we can get from that factory of his.
She won't feed it.
She shouldn't do, not for a bit, any road.
You're a little belter, you aren't you, darling? Do you know that you're growing up next door to me? You got any problems, you come and talk 'em over with your Uncle Len.
She really likes you, Len.
I should think so. She's no fool.
Women are all fools when it comes to fellas. Look at Deirdre. She's crackers over me. You've made fools of a few in your time, I know, haven't you?
That's very true.
So why isn't it working with Rita, then? Have you lost your knack or something?
You know, I'm beginning to think I have.
Just think, Mavis. This time next week.
Well, what about it?
Well, you be stood round there as usual. It'll be like now. There'll be a bit of a lull. You'll have stopped for the first time since you started at crack of dawn, and you'll be thinking to yourself, I wonder whether to have chips for me dinner or a pie from Rover's. And where will I be?
Well, where will you be?
Well, just picture the scene. The swimming pool of a first-class hotel in sunny Tenerife. And beside the pool, reclining in a daring new bikini, already lightly tanned by the caresses of the sun, me. And surrounding me, half a dozen virile Spanish caballeros, all of them plying me with their attention. I might even think, I wonder if Mavis is having chips for a dinner or a pie from Rover.
It's fantasy. Pure fantasy.
It's not at so.
Of course it is. I mean, in the first place, at this time of year and this time of morning, it's not all that boiling hot in Tenerife. And if you were by the swimming pool, you'd be thinking, ooh, it's a bit on the parky side.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Of course I do. I read a lot of holiday brochures. It's one of my hobbies. And if you are lolling by a swimming pool, I don't know where you think all these virile Spanish caballeros are coming from.
Place is crawling with them.
But they're not lolling about by swimming pools. They've got work to do. And them as haven't don't get anywhere near a swimming pool because they haven't got any money. That's why a lot of them come over here.
Do you know you'd take romance out of anything, you would? You're only jealous.
Not jealous. I don't envy you one little bit. In fact, I think you're making a big mistake.
Mavis, I don't hear a word about Len.
I wasn't talking about Mr. Fairclough. I still think you're absolutely daft.
Mavis?
Well, anyway, you might not like the job in Tenerife.
Of course I will. It's got to be better than this for a start.
Yeah, but you don't know that, and you won't find out until you get there, and then it'll be too late. And even if you do like it, they might not like you. Well, it's quite possible, Rita. I mean, well, they are foreigners, and what we like in the way of singing and what they like's two different things.
Thanks very much.
Yeah, I mean, even if everything is all right and you do like them, what are you going to do at the end of the summer? You'll have to come back here and you won't have a job. You'll have to find somewhere to live. Oh, I think there's a lot of snags with it.
You find snags in anything, because you're timid. Well, I'm not, and I'm jumping at this chance, and I'm not worrying about nothing till summer's over and not before.
Well, I think you've been very short-sighted, especially since you've had this
Mavis,
proposal.
I have warned you.
Anyway, I've never been that impressed with foreign men, really.
Oh, no? What about that Spanish waiter you nearly threw caution to the wind over?
Well, I'd rather not think about him. Just as I suspect you are trying not to think about Mr. Fairclough.
That must have been an early train from London.
Yes, it's 7 o'clock.
Well, do you want filling up?
No, thanks.
Oh. Who was it you went and stopped with?
Dave Robbins.
Oh, that chap you were at college with.
That's right.
Ah, well, you want a friend when something happens, like what happened to Janet, and you've got none of your own folks nearby.
Uncle Albert, I should have contacted you about Janet, and I'm sorry, but I couldn't. I just couldn't bring myself to ring up and tell you over the phone. And then there was the inquest and the police.
No, that's all right, Ken. I know what a big shock it must have been to you. It were to me when I heard. And, I mean, you don't want to go worrying about me because, well, I know exactly how you must have felt.
Thanks.
And don't go blaming yourself. I know that's a daft thing to say because you will. You're made that way. But look, it weren't your fault.
Well, I should have been able to do something. Prevented her from...
If you'd have known what she was going to do you think you could have stopped it? Could you have been with her every minute?
Well, she just wanted a little help, that's all.
All that she wanted was something nobody could give her. Happiness.
Anyway, how are you?
Oh, I'm all right. I stayed 2 or 3 nights at Enid Sharple's place. I couldn't face coming in here, not on my own, straight away. Oh, there were a chap yesterday, the chap that Janet went off with.
Dunton?
Aye. He was at Rover's asking for you.
Well, what did he want?
He didn't say.
She came round here because he kicked her out.
Yeah, he looked that sort.
What the heck does he want with me, I wonder?
I don't know, but he says he's going to keep coming until he does see you.
Are you telling me that Vince Denton used to knock her about?
That was the suggestion I heard, and apparently well-founded.
Tell me something, will you? Why are women so stupid? Why does a girl like Janet leave a nice bloke like Ken to go and live with a swine like Denton?
Well, perhaps the kindest explanation, and the most charitable, is the old expression, the heart has its reasons.
What's your explanation?
Don't ask me. I wouldn't even hazard a guess at what makes women tick, especially now. Hang on a second. What are you going to have, darling?
No, thanks. I'm not stopping.
You've only just walked in.
Yeah, no, I'm looking for somebody. There he is. Hey, Ernie.
Oh, hello.
How much do I owe you for them passport photographs?
Oh, don't be silly, Rita. You don't owe me anything.
Hey, sure?
Absolutely, it was my pleasure.
Oh, Ernest enjoyed doing the photographs again. It was rather like old times.
Are you sitting down? Have a drink.
No, thanks. I'd like to, but I better not. Thanks again for the passport photographs.
Hey, I've got something else for you, as a matter of fact.
Oh?
Are you going to be in the cabin later this dinner time?
In the flat, trying to sort out some packing.
Right.
See you.
I'll see you.
Bye.
Mr. Fairclough.
What?
Well, people say a lot of things in the heat of the moment that they don't mean.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, I'm referring to what I said to you yesterday.
What was that?
Well, about the job and everything. I mean, perhaps I was a bit hasty.
Oh, wait.
Well, yes, I mean, Mr. Fairclough, I don't really want to leave, and if I gave you that impression, I just wanted to correct it.
Oh, well, I didn't really think you wanted to leave anyway.
No, well, I've been thinking it over, and I've decided that I want to stay on at the cabin.
That is very good of you, you know. I mean, you've taken a weight off my mind. I never really thought you wanted to leave, love.
I'll not waste time messing about. That's why I've come.
Oh, what?
It's a building society passbook. It belonged to Janet.
Oh, I see. Well, thanks for bringing it around.
Well, look at the balance.
Oh, good Lord, this can't be right, surely. £7,520?
How much?
Oh, where did Janet get hold of money like that?
Off me, mate. That's why I'm here. That money's mine, and I want it back. Every penny of it.
Right, well, that's a bit more to your liking. I think I'll nip down to Rover's for a pint.
No, hang on a minute. I think I'd rather have the settee here.
Well, that's where it was before, and you said it wasn't right.
Well, I don't like it there, no.
Well, let's leave it there a bit. I mean, it isn't there a bit. I mean, it hasn't had time to make dents in the carpet yet, has it?
No.
Oh.
I just thought I'd drop in and have a look at you. You know, say welcome to the street and so forth.
Thank you very much, Hilda.
Oh, you too, of course, Raymond. Hope you'll be very happy. Do you know, I was only saying to Stan in bed last night, if Ray and Deirdre are as happy as what we've been, they'll not have much room to grumble.
What did Stan say?
Pardon?
But when you said that, what happened to Stan? Did he fall out of bed or what?
Oh, he agreed. He said, Hilda, that's very true.
Oh, well, it's very nice of you both, Hilda. Thank you very much.
Oh, don't mention it, love. That's what neighbours are for, isn't it? Oh, and I just thought I'd let you know that if there's ever anything you're short of, don't hesitate. Just pop up the street and ask.
Oh, thanks. I'll do that.
Yes. By the way, while I'm here, would you have such a thing as a drop of vinegar? Only Stan's brought chips home, you see, and he's not salted and vinegared them, and I'm right out of vinegar, not a drop in.
Well, I'm sorry, Hilda. I haven't got any myself. I have a big box of stuff to unpack there, but I'm pretty sure there's no vinegar in it.
Pickled onions, then, because they're stood in vinegar, aren't they?
No, I haven't got any pickled onions either, Hilda. I'm going to do a big buying in this afternoon for all that sort of stuff.
Oh, well, don't worry yourself, love. Don't apologise. No, Stan will just have to make do with tomato sauce, and that's all. Yes, well, I'll not keep you. Now, don't forget, anything you want.
I reckon Hilda Ogden's faster off the mark than James Hunt.
He wouldn't stand a chance.
Happy as me and Stan, flipping it. If I thought I was going to finish up like poor old Stan, I'd join the Flaming Foreign Legion.
Don't worry about it, love. If I see you going anything like Stanley Ogden, I promise I'll mention it. Do you know, I think we will have that settee here.
Oh. Yes, I gave her that money to put into a building society account, but not as a present, not for her to keep.
Then what did you give it to her for, then? Well, come on, I'm waiting.
Well, it was a sort of tax thing, wasn't it? I mean, better in her name than in mine. Well, better for me. You know what these tax people are like. They'll squeeze you like a lemon, and what with her and me not being married.
Are you saying it involved Janet in some kind of tax fiddle?
Fiddle? Who's talking about fiddle? It's just a way of keeping your hands in some hard-earned brass. Everybody does it.
Not round here, they don't. Nobody's got that much money.
Now, look,
yeah, it's all right, Uncle Albert, it's all right. Go on. I find this very interesting.
Well, that's all there is to say. It's my money. That's all there is to it, and I want it.
Oh, why come to me?
Well, it's obvious, isn't it? Well, now that Janet's dead, you're a next of kin, being her husband, so on paper it'll all come to you. Well, I don't suppose she left a will, and I can't touch it, not in there.
Hard lines.
And what do you want me to do?
I knew you'd be reasonable. Well, when the lawyers have finished sorting out her estate, that money's going to come to you. It's bound to. And when it does, I want it. It's mine, and I'm entitled to it.
Seems to me that it's the blooming income tax office that's entitled to it.
Is that agreed?
Don't worry, Denton. I wouldn't touch anything of yours, including money.
It'd be very foolish to try.
Just a minute. You don't mean you're going to sit there and let this fella tell you what to do?
It's all right, Uncle Albert.
But how do we know he's telling the truth? That might be Janet's money. I mean, her own and naught to do with him.
Oh, rubbish. She was your wife. You know she didn't have that sort of money.
Yeah, she was my wife. But for the best part of 2 years, I knew nothing about her life, thanks to you. Look, I've already said I wouldn't touch anything of yours. But before I hand any money over to you, if and when I get it, I shall want to make very sure that you're entitled to it.
Yeah, come on up, Ernie. Ah, that's a big surprise.
That is it.
Oh.
Yeah, go on, open it up.
Oh.
It's those song arrangements I did for you way back, only I've been transposing them.
Oh, you've gone to all that trouble.
It wasn't any trouble. I enjoyed it. I just thought you might want to do one or two of your numbers to guitar accompaniment.
Well, that's marvellous of you.
Well, it's Emily's idea, actually. Yeah, well, she sparked it off. You know, she was saying the other night that this hotel in Tenerife that you're going to is going to be a bit different from the clubs around here. That's what made me think of it.
Well, it's a wonderful gift, Ernie. And I don't know what to say except thanks.
Well, don't say anything. I just hope they'll be of use to you.
Oh, I'm sure they will. You know, when I see things like this, it makes me wonder why I'm going.
Well, if you weren't going, I'd have been wasting my time, wouldn't I?
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll be back later in the summer with a progress report, eh?
Oh, I hope so.
All right, well, I'll be off back to the Rovers then. Finish my lunch.
Aye.
I'll see you.
Thanks.
Bye. Oh, hello, Len.
Hello. What's he doing here?
Do you know, sometimes I'm very tempted to tell you to mind your own business. But if you must know, he's been doing some song arrangements for me, the sort that might be useful in Tenerife.
Tenerife, it's all anyone's ever talking about round
Oh,
here.
look, don't start all that again.
Don't start what?
You know what. You've said all there is to say. It's no use going over the same ground.
Is that why you walked out the Rovers? If it bothers you being in the same pub as me, then say so and I'll do something about it.
Don't get your hair off. Yes, that was why I wouldn't stay and have a drink with you. Suddenly felt you might have caught me in a weak moment.
You? A weak moment? When?
Oh, it has been known. Point is, it's no use keep going on about it. I'm taking the job.
Right, there's no more to be said.
Right. That being the case, will you do me a little favour?
What?
We get that suitcase down our top at wardrobe. I won't start me packing.
Let's get one thing straight, shall we? I don't like you. I never did. And now you're round here like some kind of vulture. I like you even less. So let's get this business over as soon as possible.
Oh, please yourself, mate. But I don't want to stop you. I'm only here to claim what's mine, that's all.
All right, now you say this money in Janet's account is yours. That you paid it into a building society under her name as a, let's not beat about the bush, tax fiddle.
Not a fiddle, just a way of paying less tax on money you've invested, money you've earned. Well, I'm helping people to buy houses, mate. You try and ask the ruddy government
yeah,
for a
well,
mortgage.
a fiddle's a fiddle, but I don't want to argue about that anyway. Now, Janet did have some money of her own. I'd forgotten about that. And she had some money in a building society account long before she could have met you.
No, well, now, wait a minute.
No, you wait a minute. And there was £1,000 in that when we were together. And that should be shown in this book somewhere. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, well, maybe she... Yes, in fact, she had about 1,005. But all the rest is mine. She had it off me.
You told me you're giving her all the money.
Yeah, well, I was going to mention the rest, but you didn't give me a chance.
Yeah, well, what I want to know is what else you didn't mention. I mean, how do I know that everything you said about this money isn't a lie?
Because I'm telling you, mate, that's why.
Well, what's your word worth, Denton?
Right, that's it. Kitchen sink will just have to stop here.
You're enjoying this, aren't you?
Not particularly, no. Never did enjoy packing up.
You know what I'm talking about. I think you're going away just to spite me, myself.
Well, why would I do that?
Because I've been playing hard to get for the past 6 months.
Rubbish. I'm simply taking a smashing opportunity. Something I should have done long before this. Here, come and sit on here like a good lad. Help me get this fastened.
You've got a damn cheek, I'll say that for you. Here's me pleading with you not to go, and you're asking me to help you pack?
Look, if you don't want to help me, you better leave it, get on with it, haven't you?
All right. You know, when I asked you to marry me, I was dead serious. I meant it.
You promised you'd stay off the subject of
I
marriage.
know.
Well, stick to your promise.
I can't. Think it over again. Give it some more consideration.
I have done.
I'll make changes if that's what you want.
What sort of changes?
Well, I can rebuild my place, just like we did Baldwin's. Even better, I can... And you needn't work at the cabin if you don't want to. I mean, if you want to stop working, that's okay by me.
It's no good, Len. I've thought about it and thought about it. More than you'd ever credit. The answer's got to be no. I'm going to Tenerife. It's not the end of the earth.
Marry me, Rita.
I'm sorry.
Of course, for young people, moving house doesn't have the same problems. You haven't all those memories to disturb. Oh, you'll feel settled in no time.
Well, I'm settled in already. Best move we could have made. Only 3 doors away from your best bitter, Mrs. Walker.
Hey, you won't be spending any more time in here, mates. You may have gained on walking time, but you're certainly not having more booze in time.
Listen, you watch it. You're only here because you got lucky and found a baby minder.
I was going to ask you, dear, where is the baby?
Oh, Mrs. Sharples came round with a little bonnet for her. Lovely little hat. Knitted it herself. Anyway, she just asked if she could wheel her out for half an hour, just to show her bonnet off, you know.
I've been thinking they're that keen on babies round here. I reckon we could hire Tracy out by the hour.
Hey, you won't forget what I told you, will you? Anything you're short of?
Don't worry, Hilda. I'll definitely be taking you up on that one.
Yeah. I expect you'll be wanting to borrow 1 or 2 extra chairs, won't you? Like for your housewarming party.
Hey, that's not a bad idea, an housewarming.
Oh, no, you don't. In the first place, it's not ours to warm yet, not till we get that mortgage sewn up. And in the second place, I've had enough of them sort of parties. I still haven't forgotten Eddie Yates and his weird girlfriend.
Oh, well, you know, they do say it's very unlucky not having housewarming.
You know, there's one party we're all forgetting about. Rita's farewell party.
Oh, yeah. She's off. I expect there'll be some folk round here glad to see her go. Oh, not that I'm one of them, mind. Oh, no. I've always found Rita very nice.
Do you owe a lot of money or something, Hilda?
Not as much as you do, I'll bet.
You're absolutely right. I do think we should give Rita a good send-off.
Yeah, definitely.
We could have a kitty for the booze.
Hey, I don't mind starting a whip round going. Well, fine, you do that and I'll provide the grub.
Hey, why don't... Oh, no, never mind. I was just going to suggest a theme for the party. I mean, Rita is going to Tenerife, which is Spanish territory, so why don't we have a Spanish-style party?
Hey, that's not a bad idea, is it?
Yeah, give me a chance to wear my Spanish hat.
It's still not a bad idea.
And don't get any ideas about hanging on to any of my money, Barlow.
I've already told you I wouldn't keep anything of yours. I suppose eventually that money will come through to me, and if and when I'm convinced any of it does belong...
I'll convince you, mate. Don't worry about that.
How?
There are ways. I'll be back.
I'll help you in a minute.
No, thanks. Don't want any help. There's something dead satisfying about doing a job you've always hated, knowing it's going to be for the last time. Still raining?
Oh, cats and dogs, yeah.
Daft expression, isn't it? How can it rain, cats and dogs?
Yes, it is, isn't it? I've often thought that.
I mean, everybody knows rain comes down like stir rod.
Hey, it seems funny not having you around.
Miss me little jokes, will you?
Yes, I will.
Seem funny to me and all, not having to get up before milk fella.
Oh, God. Oh, I don't know whether the rain's getting colder or I'm getting softer. Oh, that winter seemed to have gone on forever. And it's all right for some, Miss Rita Littlewood.
Hey, love, by the time I get to Tenerife, it'll probably be snowing.
Aye, and Albert Tatlock's a Grenadier Guard.
Never mind, you can always come out to me to your holidays.
Oh, you must be joking. I can't even raise the fare to get to Knot End. Has my book come yet?
I'll have a look.
Oh, why wasn't I born a singer?
Oh.
You know, when I was at school, I can remember we had a teacher called Miss Prendergast, that's it. And one day she called me out after class and she said, Elsie, love, come here. In future, dear, will you just sing in your art? Book 'em, will you?
All right. Are you coming back later on, aren't you? To this farewell do everybody insists that I am.
Oh, I wouldn't miss it always. Oh, and lovey, don't worry about Len while you're away. I'll look after him. You've only got yourself to blame.
Look, just tell me what there'd be in it for me if I did marry Fairclough. He's sloppy, he's no ambition, drinks like a fish, the house he lives in's like a midden. And while I'm in there clearing it up for him, no prizes for guessing where he'd be, exercising his supping arm.
Who are you trying to convince, Rita? Me or you?
I am convinced. That's why I'm going to Tenerife tonight.
You're all right for tonight, then, Ken?
Yeah, that's great. Thanks, Dan.
Yeah, what about you, Albert?
I'll have to see how I'm fixed, won't I?
Oh, don't do me any flipping favours, will you?
What's up with him all of a sudden?
No prizes for guessing, Uncle Albert.
I think, Kemp, what about this money of Janet's?
Well, what about it?
What are you going to do about it?
Well, in all conscience, Uncle Albert, what can I do about it? You heard what Denton said? He paid that money into Janet's account to avoid paying tax on it.
Oh, I know what he said, but I don't know that I altogether believe him.
Well, you know how much money's involved, over £5,000. I mean, where would Janet earn money like that?
Perhaps she didn't earn it.
Then how did she get it?
No, somebody could have left it to her.
Like who?
How would I know? And you don't know either. But before you get chucking good money away, you know you ought to make a few inquiries.
Yeah, but where? I mean, where could I make inquiries?
Oh.
Unless her sister knows something. that we didn't have much to say to each other at the funeral.
Well, was she upset?
No, she was more offhand. She did say, though, that they moved from Leicester about 2 years ago to Oldham, I think. I wonder if she's in the phone book.
Well, if she is, I should look it up and get in touch with her quick. I mean, before you know where you are, this fella's going to be back chucking his weight about again.
Yeah, no, what was her married name? Ormrod. Ormrod, that's it.
Oh. You know, I reckon I look about as bad as what I feel.
It's all this sleep you're getting, love. How long was it last night? 2 minutes to 3?
I've been looking at that carpet on the landing. I'm on a track in the pile, pacing up and down. Now, I think baby should have a big switch on them so you can turn the flaming sound down.
Ah, never mind, love. They said the first 2 years are the worst.
Oh, yeah, let's look on the bright side.
Anyway, what about this do at Rita's tonight? Are we going?
Wouldn't you rather go to bed straight after tea?
Yeah, it'll not be a late do any road. She's got a plane to catch. Well, what do you think? Are we going or not?
Well, chance would be a fine thing, wouldn't it? What about the tyrants upstairs? Perhaps we can take her with us and play pass the parcel with her.
Oh, no, Ray, I want a break. I'll have to get a babysitter in.
Yeah, who do we know is a masochist?
Oh, she's not that bad. Just a little love, really.
Yes, it's just that she's like the city. She never sleeps.
It's only me.
Oh, is that who it only is?
Yeah, I'm just popping back them 2 eggs while I catched off you.
Oh, you shouldn't have bothered, Hilda, love.
Well, I thought you said you wanted her back first thing without fail.
Oh, well, you just caught me on the hop, you know. How are things?
All right.
Actually, I was just going to pop up to your house, wasn't I, Ray?
Are you?
Yeah, I told you. How are you fixed for tonight?
Fixed?
Yeah, for a spot of babysitting.
Oh, I see. Well, no, Deirdre, I'm afraid I won't be able to oblige you there. No, I mean, there's this do on, you see, for Rita. And when you lead such a dull and uneventful life like what we do, well, you can't afford to miss out on a bit of fun and games, can you?
I didn't know you'd been invited.
Well, we've not had a card through the letterbox with gold edging, of course. But we will be expected to put in an appearance. I mean, as old friends of long standing. Pity. Ta-ra.
Ta-ra.
Not as clever as what you thought you were.
Well, it's all this sleep I'm losing.
You're losing?
Yeah, well, it's not something I want to talk about over the phone. I'd rather we met. Yes, it is important. It's about Janet's estate. Yeah, apparently there's some money. Oh, well, I've got a bit of a tight schedule today. Yeah, 8 o'clock tonight. Yes, that would suit me fine. Good. Well, it's right next door to the pub. Okay. Goodbye. She's driving over tonight.
Is that as soon as she can manage?
She works.
And what about this fella? What if he gets here first?
Well, if he does, he does. I mean, there's not really a lot I can do about that, is there?
And what you should have done was send him off yesterday with a flea in his ear hole.
Oh, yeah. Just like that.
Another large Scotch, please, love.
Righto, love. Do you know Tenerife at all, dear?
No, I don't, Mrs. Walker. Do you?
No, but I know Mallorca very well. And from what I hear, there's quite a lot they have in common. So the one word I would say to you is caution.
Thank you very much.
Caution? Now, I know you're over 21.
Well over.
Shut up, Fairclough. And I know full well that you consider yourself a woman of the world. But you have to remember the difference.
The difference?
Between the temperament of your average Englishman and his Spanish counterpart. They get carried away when it comes to an attractive member of the opposite sex.
Oh.
It's all due to the Latin inferiority complex, you know.
Inferiority complex?
Oh, yes. You see, basically, as I see it, they have this enormous inferiority complex about the Nordic races. So, they overcompensate in, well, other directions.
Well,
see.
If that's the difference, viva the difference. That's what I say. What do you say?
I don't know, love. I've never been out with a Spanish fella. Hey, darling, don't get a taxi to the airport. I'll take you there.
I'd rather you didn't, if you don't mind. I hate tearful farewells.
Well, I promise not to cry if you will.
Tonight? Yeah, just for a couple of hours, you know. Deirdre, I'd love to, but I can't tonight.
We've been invited round to Rita's for a farewell drink.
Who hasn't?
Well...
Oh, not to worry. It was just a thought.
Well, what about Mrs. Sharp?
She's in bed with a cold.
Oh, dear. Well, it must be somebody.
Oh.
How's that little bambino of yours getting on?
Oh, sleeps like a baby, Betty, all night. She's great. No trouble at all.
That explains it.
What?
Them matchsticks are keeping your eyelids up. Still, they're only young ones, love.
Yeah, so am I. Only trouble is she's aging me fast. Right.
Hey, listen, you know that brilliant idea you had about going to bed straight after tea?
Yeah.
Well, it might just happen anyway, seeing as there's not much else to do tonight.
What, no luck?
No, there's not a babysitter left within a radius of 20 miles.
Well, we'll just have to go to that party in relays then, won't we? You go for a bit while I babysit, and then I'll go for a bit while you babysit.
Hey, that's good thinking, that boy wonder. You're not as daft as you look, are you?
What? I'm famous for it.
Right, I'll take the first hour.
Why?
Because I know you. If you take the first hour, I'll finish up with the last 5 minutes.
You just don't trust me, do you?
No, it's your face, love. You've got a face that's very easy to distrust. Oh, give away your daft devil.
He's in, is he?
How would I know?
Well, I'll check, Grandad.
Come in.
Right. Where have we got to then?
Well, we haven't really got much further on.
How come? I meant what I said, you know.
Yes, well, I'm not entirely convinced that money's yours yet. When I am convinced, I shall, of course, hand it over to you.
Oh, I see. And what's it going to take to convince you?
Well, I have something in mind.
Like what?
My business.
And my money?
At the moment, I only have your word for that.
Oh. You want proof, do you? Something on paper?
It would help.
Right. I've got this sideline, see? Buying and selling. All strictly cash. Now, I've got records here of all the deals I've done in the past 12 months. And I made a list of all the transactions, the sums involved, and the dates. And if you check them with Janet's passbook, you'll find that they tally exactly.
Yeah, well, this seems convincing.
Sense at last, so you'll do as I say. As soon as you get probate, you draw out the cash and hand it over to me. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll give you half the interest for your trouble.
Yes, there's somebody I have to see first, tonight.
Are you stupid or what? What the hell else do you want? It's all down there in black and white.
Well, what difference is one day going to make?
Well, I'll tell you what I think, shall I? I think you're lying through your teeth. I don't think you've got anybody to see tonight. I think all you're interested in is getting your hands on that money.
Not true.
Oh, come on. I know your type. All wind and principles till it comes to the crunch. Till you can get your hands on some real money for the first time in your life.
For God's sake! Janet died here upstairs in my bed. You honestly think I'm remotely interested in her money?
For somebody who's not interested, you're certainly putting up a hell of a fight to keep it.
Look, you kicked her out that night, the night she killed herself. Do you think I'm going to hand this money over to you just because you tell me it's yours?
It is mine.
Yeah, well, then maybe you gave it to her. Men do, don't they? They do give money and presents to their mistresses, so in a way she could have earned it.
I'm not going to argue with you anymore. Either I get that money or... Well, I don't have to put it into words, do I?
All right.
Yeah, fine.
Well, go on then. Get me one while you're at it.
So, this time tomorrow, you'll be out in your little bikini, getting brown all over. Well, nearly all over.
This time tomorrow, love, I shall probably be in some stuffy hotel disco, going through my songs with a pianist who don't speak no English.
That's tough on you.
I'll survive.
So here's to you. Salud.
I'll drink to that. Put my stuff in car.
Yeah,
You will look after yourself.
you know me.
That's what I mean.
Anybody at home?
Yeah, come on up, it's a shot.
Oh, what's Gary Glitter got what I haven't?
You can come to my farewell parties anytime.
Lovely. Yeah, where can I put this where it won't get sat on?
Try bedroom, love.
Would you take this for me, please, love?
What are you going to drink then, Emily?
Oh, just a bit of lemon for me, please.
Right, darling.
Just a little something to say bon voyage from Ernest and me.
Oh, Emily, you shouldn't have. Yes, you should.
Well, it isn't really very much. It's just a little memento.
Well, thanks very much. Can I open it?
Oh, please do.
Oh, thank you. Ain't that smashing? Look, it's Weatherfield coat of arms.
And very useful, too, especially when they start throwing Spanish oranges at you.
Oh.
You can use it as a shield, can't you? There'll have to be little oranges, though.
Shouldn't you be putting a record on?
Oh, hasn't she gone yet?
Going fast.
Merry Christmas.
Oh, thanks very much. That's dead helpful. Thank
You don't like it, can always bathe your feet in it. Don't blame me if your toes drop off.
Well, cheers, Rita. All the best, love.
Yes, all the very best. Thank you. Thank you.
Evening all.
Oh.
How the hell did she get in?
Well, how does draft find its way through a window? Finds a crack and whistles in. Hello, I'm glad you could make it.
Yeah, well, I couldn't let you go off without offering me very deepest solicitations.
Oh, thanks very much. Get a load of the fun then, eh?
Yeah, well, I did hear there was going to be a sort of Spanish flavour to the evening, you know. It's just something I picked up on my last Caribbean cruise.
Yeah, she brought it back with a mop and bucket.
Well, you've never been to Caribbean, Elsie Tanner.
No, that's true, very true, but then I've never been a char lady either.
What are you gonna have, Hilda?
Oh, well, that'll be very nice, thank you. I'll have a gin and orange since you're asking. Not too much orange.
Hey, how did you get rid of your husband?
Well, actually, he's buried in the cellar with a big hole in his head, but my story is he's babysitting.
Oh, you weren't successful then?
Oh, I don't know, Emily, love. I mean, I'm here, aren't I? Yes. Len, I'll have a large anything.
Hello. What's all this then?
Just a spot of paella, if anybody's interested.
Oh,
Is it fishy?
yes.
Oh, well, it's not that I don't like it as such, but I'm afraid it doesn't like me.
Oh, it can't be all that bad then, can it?
I heard that.
One gin and orange, shaken, not stirred.
Thank you very much, lad. Well, Rita, here's wishing you all you wish yourself, and many of them.
Cheers. Thanks. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, can I take your coat?
I'm all right, thanks.
Ah, how about a cup of tea?
Nothing for me, thanks. You mentioned something about money.
Yes, I did.
Well, kid, the moving finger rights.
Aye, all of that.
Why don't you ask her not to go?
You think so?
Oh, come on, then. I can read you like a book.
It's her life, darling.
Aye, and it's yours too.
Well, Denton was obviously right, and the amounts and dates he showed me certainly tally with Janet's passport, so that money obviously came from Denton.
But if he didn't mean her to have that money, why did he give it to her in the first place?
To avoid paying income tax.
That's what he says now. We don't have to believe him. Look, it's not as even as if he needs it. Well, he can't have, can he? Else he'd never have done it. What right has he to avoid paying income tax? My husband's crippled with what he has to pay every week. I could use some of that money.
But it's not
I am
ours.
her sister. We were always close, me and our Janet. You've certainly no right to it. You were separated nearly 2 years. You wouldn't even take her back when she asked you.
Neither of us has any right to it.
All right. I'm not greedy. We could split it. Well, why not? Look, it's all right for you, but I'm telling you we really need it.
It's Denton's, Mrs. Ormrod.
Well, maybe it is. He couldn't exactly make a fuss about it, though, could he? Not without getting into trouble with the tax people. What do they say? Possession's 9 points of the law.
Ten more minutes.
Right.
Have you told her yet?
No, not yet.
Are you going to?
When I'm ready.
Tell her now. Put her out of her misery.
When I'm ready.
Yes, why?
It's part of my charm, darling.
Not actually.
Will you miss me? Just a bit.
Yeah, of course I will. Especially that white hungover face, first thing in the morning, yelling, Wyatt Taken's down again this week. Yeah, I will, actually.
I'll miss you, too.
Isn't it about time you relieved Ray?
Emily, love, you make him sound like Maffa King of Summers. Besides, this is first proper night out I've had for ages. Hey, it's all right, this stuff, innit?
Yes, in moderation.
I'm only interested in one thing, Barlow, my money. If you've asked me here to talk about anything else, you're wasting your time.
Yeah, but if you just listen.
You never did. I can't understand what poor Janet ever saw in it.
Uncle Albert, you said you'd keep quiet. If you can't...
All right.
All I want to say is, when the money from that estate does come through, every penny in that building society that belongs to you, you'll get.
Oh, well, you've seen sense at last. Very wise
Yes,
of
but
you.
not for any of the reasons that you think, Denton. I don't like you. We all did our bit to destroy that girl, but you did more than your share.
You're in no position to lecture to me, Barlow. No position at all.
Perhaps not. But at least I cared.
But not enough to do anything.
Look, can I say something?
No, it's all right, Uncle. You keep out of it. That's all I want to say.
Right. I'll keep in touch.
You're a fool.
My privilege.
What about the rest of the money?
Her sister can have it. She needs it.
What about the twins? Don't they need it? Aren't they going to need it? They're growing up, you know.
British Airways announced the arrival of flight BE9.
You don't have to stop, you know.
I've got nothing else on.
I'd rather you didn't, actually.
In that case, I'll go.
All right.
Good.
Will Mr. McKellar
Promise me something.
please attend the
You'll tell Mavis she'll make a manageress as soon as you get back.
I've already told her.
Thanks.
British Airways flight BE130 to Tenerife. Would all passengers who have checked in for this flight please go to gate number 9?
Yeah.
That's it. There's a clever girl. In you come, that's it.
What the hell's been going on?
Hello, love. I'm Bill, Aunt. I'm afraid she whined rather well, but not very wisely.
She's stoned out of her flaming mind.
Sweetness. I give me all having that baby. You don't know what it took out of me. I told you you'd shout at me.
Oh,
And I
there,
tell you,
there,
you'd
come on.
shout at
Shh.
me.
Now, come on, up the stairs, love. Come on, one foot in front of the other. That's she'll be all right. Don't worry.
Sweetness.
Now,
Yes,
come
I'm
on.
only human.
Yes, they know. Now, don't. Come on, up the aisle.
Some party. Yeah, well, it's sort of warmed up a bit. Peace offering. Spoils from the party.
Oh, well, thanks very much. Is it drinkable?
Just.
Right, well. Here's to Ria Rita. Happy flipping landings. Oh. No wonder she's tight.
Will Miss Rita Littlewood, passenger on flight BE130 to Tenerife, please go immediately to gate number 9. Miss Rita Littlewood, passenger to Tenerife.
You're a fool to yourself. You know that?
I must be.
For Rita. Perhaps we'll find out tomorrow at the same time in classic Coronation Street. Coming to Granada Plus on Sunday, we have another classic series, Upstairs, Downstairs, kicking off with a special double bill at both 3 and at 9. Next tonight, live life to the full with the Good Life Guide.